Yeah, hi, welcome back after a long gap. I'm really sorry. So I was not able to take sessions in past few days. It's a really long gap. Yeah, today we will resume again. So I just now created our infrastructure. So this is our VPN firewalls and then VPC MongoDB application load balancer that I created. So when I create this, we are installing automatically VPN. Okay. So that is this one. Open VPN. Let us get the client file that is in root folder, and here we have this one, devops74s.ovpn. Okay, copy this content and you can just keep it in some file and open your client software. So just delete this because this was pointing to the different IP address, old IP address, deleting it and then adding new profile. New profile is nothing but just selecting that particular file. Connect. You can access your instances with private IP address because you are in technically inside the AWS. Okay, this is our Jenkins and Nexus. So why we use private IP address? Even you start and stop the instances, private IP will never change. Only public IP will change. So this is our project infrastructure. So let's create our, we already did the CI part. Anyhow, we will connect the dot again. So now let us concentrate on the CD part. So that was through this catalog deploy Terraform. Here we have all the Terraform related content. Okay. So this was the one. So we already did. We created one instance and then we ran, we used Terraform remote provisioner to configure the instance. We installed the catalog and then we stop the instance, we take the AMI and we delete the instance. So this is what we did last time. Okay, we can do that now. So you need to provide the app version so that Ansible can download. Sorry. Yeah, this is the project infrastructure. Once your project infrastructure is created, actually we need to run the CI process. We already did that last time, and now we are taking care of the application deployment. So application deployment, we need to pass app version so that Ansible can download from Nexus at runtime. Okay. So that was through the Terraform variable. You can see this. So last time we configured one Terraform variable, and this Terraform variable, it is passing the app version to the shell script. Shell script is passing to the Ansible. So now Terraform apply auto approve -var equal to app underscore version equal to, is it 1.3.0? 1.3.0. Okay, that's it. Let's wait 1 minute for it to create. Okay, it's going on. So now what we need to do? So we need to create our remaining resources. We already have a lot of practice on that. That is nothing but target group, launch template, and then auto scaling, policy, and rule. Okay. So launch template, so we already did that anyhow. So I'm getting from here, launch template. Okay, so we are involving the environment. Let me add that environment also. Hyphen dollar var dot env. Okay, so I'm creating catalog launch template, and yeah, before that, let us create target group also. Target group is nothing but grouping the resources, just like we are grouping the teams the same way. We have to group the resources. Here hyphen dollar var dot env. Environment, it is port number 8080 HTTP protocol, and we are getting the VPC ID, and we have our health check. So this is the target group. Then the same way we are creating the launch template also, but here the AMI ID is different. Here AMI ID should be the one we just created. Okay. So what is the AMI ID here? Let us take it. AWS AMI from instance dot catalog AMI dot ID, right? That's what it is creating right now. You can see it's just connected to the instance, and it is installing all the packages. Just wait for a few seconds and then watch it. Installation of packages are going on. So now Ansible started. Sometimes this is getting delayed because The data has to move from my laptop and to the VPN, from the VPN to the actual server. And this VPN right now we are using T2.micro, but in real time you will use powerful instances because many persons are connecting to the VPN. That is the reason. So now we got the tasks. Okay, so this is done. AMI's instance is configured. So now instance will stop. Instance will stop and the process will continue. Okay, so that's it. Target group, and this one is launch template, and instance type is t2.micro, and we are giving the security group and tag specifications. This one we don't require because we already did that. We don't need since we already configured AMI completely. Okay, that's it. It is just stopped, and we have AMI taking is going on. So this may take around 2 to 3 minutes. So in the meantime, let us configure other resources. That is launch template. This one is done, and let us create the auto scaling group. Auto scaling group. Same here, just create var.env and maximum 5, minimum 2 health check. And here health check type is LB, this is okay. And target group ARN, AWS LB target group catalog.arn, this is 10. Launch template, so this is 10, and latest that is 10. So everything is good. Just I added only environment. And we need to talk about one particular parameter in load balancer. So let us see that. So inside this one, there will be attributes. Of target group, I think. Let's go to target group. We haven't created it. So here there will be something called deregistration delay. Check that is deregistration delay. Timeout. I think it is in target group. Okay, let's complete that. And then I'll show you what is the deregistration delay. This one, deregistration delay. So, registering of the instance. Register means register instance to target group, right? And then deregister means, for example, when traffic is down and traffic is decreased. So we need to remove the instance. That's what auto scaling means, to remove the instance. So at the time of instance removing, there is a small problem. For example, if a instance is already serving few requests, okay, maybe 20 requests. What will happen if you suddenly remove this instance? Can someone please write in the chat? If an instance is already serving few requests, the traffic is coming to the instance. If you suddenly terminate the instance, what will happen? You can type in the chat. So clients will get some error, right? If a mission is going on, with some processing, if you suddenly switch off the mission, what will happen? And if you're doing some banking transactions, if I suddenly switch off the Wi-Fi, what will happen? So you will get the errors, right? So your request and will be failed. So for that purpose, so when deregistration is going on, when the traffic is decreased, we need to remove the instance. This particular thing, like deregistration delay, what will happen is deregistration delay. So you usually give 300 seconds. Okay, it means instance is marked for deregistration, but it will not immediately happen. We'll wait for 5 minutes to complete the existing requests. Okay, so that is called deregistration delay. At the same time, it will not accept new connections. At the same time, it will not accept new requests. Okay, so that is what deregistration delay. So instance will stop accepting the new traffic, and it has the time of 5 minutes to complete the existing requests. Okay. So now let us apply the other resources and then we will see that. Auto scaling. So, yeah. Now let us apply. Can go for Terraform plan now. So what is it thinking? Because catalog AMI ID is already changed. We are again applying this one, right? So what it is thinking, it is again the redeployments. That is what it is thinking. If you can see here, 8 to add, 3 to destroy. So it is again creating the instance, again doing it. That is because it is thinking you are reapplying it. It means it's a new deployment. Every time you reapply the Terraform, it will think it is a new deployment. Okay. But since we are giving the same version, there is no change in the code. Let us complete this auto scaling as well as the policy and then the listener rule. And then we will apply it at a time. because every apply here is a new deployment. Okay, so auto scaling policy, and this is okay. And app listener to have this app listener ARN. I'm uncommenting this app listener ARN because we are creating the rule. We need app listener and then priority and target group. Everything is fine. Catalog dot app dot join DevOps dot online. So this one, yeah. So everything is done. So now I will reapply it. So it will think it's a new deployment. So it will take again few minutes of time. But at this time, everything will be completed. Okay, new instance is getting created. Again, the full process will happen. Okay. Again, it will create, will connect, will configure the instance, stop the instance, take the AMI, delete the instance, create the target group, create the launch template, and then create the auto scaling group policy, listener rule, everything will happen. This is what the deployment process, application infrastructure. So application infrastructure is always temporary. Every new application version changes, infrastructure will be changed. So this usually can be taken care by developers. If they need some help, you need to tell them. You need to, okay, so this can be based on the requirement, based on the project structure and team structure. Sometimes we will hand over this to the developers, or they may need your help. You can have it completely as a DevOps responsibility also. Okay, right now, for our project structure, we are taking the full responsibility because we need to learn. So this catalog deploy, we are the complete owner. This catalog, it is an application code. Developer is the owner. Okay. So after this, now we'll change something else. And there is another thing. Terraform, create before destroy. What is this? Right now, we have our auto scaling group. When you apply again with another version, what Terraform will do? Terraform general flow is destroy the current instance and create new auto scaling group. Okay, so this is the Terraform usual behavior when you apply it again. But here, what we need, if you destroy, what will happen? If destroy, application will be down. Okay, you need to wait until it create again. Need to wait until it create again. This may take 5 minutes. Okay, so to achieve zero downtime deployment, what will happen? What we do is create before destroy. It means create new auto scaling group and destroy the previous one. Okay, that's what we do. But here there is a simple problem again. Let us wait for it to create a. So this is done. Instance is getting stopped. Yeah, and here, so we decided like for dev instances, it should be app-dev, and for prod, it should be app-prod. So this is what we discussed last time. Let me keep it in the next deployment. When we discuss multi-environment, we will see that. Our Route 53. App-dev. So we need to give app-dev here. App-dev. So instead of this, what I can do here, can make it as a variable. Variable domain name. So what I'm doing here is this is var dot common tags dot component. Var dot common tags dot component hyphen app and dollar var dot env, and here it is var dot domain name. Okay, catalog dot app hyphen dev dot join DevOps dot online. Okay, when you are working, just change it to your domain. New AMI is getting created. I'm just using the timestamp. Okay. Auto scaling group is getting created. This is our target group, and here you can check the attributes. Deregistration delay. 300 seconds is generally too much. We can go for 60 seconds. AWS target group Terraform. So here, if you see, just search delay. You can take it to 60 because this will take too much time while deleting the instance. Here, target group. Equal to 60, and then our auto scaling group is going on. So this is done, right? This is once this is done, what I have to do generally, I go to the load balancer and then so you can see we have something dot this one. If I give something dot, okay, you are getting the response from load balancer. But here we have a rules. What are the rules saying? This one, catalog dot app dot join DevOps dot online. Okay, so if you hit this one, then it is sending the request to this catalog target group. Okay, so now let us hit this slash health. So this one I need to correct anyhow. For now, I am correcting here. Actions, edit, app hyphen dev, confirm, next, save change. So now the load balancer rule is if someone hit catalog app-dev.joindevops.online, it will go to the catalog group. You can see I added extra K. It means our new code changes are working. Now, if you give categories, database not available. Let's see, Mongo is not connected. Mongo is false. Maybe something configuration changes between catalog and database. Let us see here. I'm just getting the etc system D system catalog dot service. Here it is the old configuration. Okay. So this I gave here, but maybe I didn't push the changes at that time. Ansible, Photoshop roles, TF, git status. Okay, I did the change, but I didn't push. So that is why it got that. So what I do here, I will do it manually. If you do it manually, it will work only for this instance. Okay. You have to do the changes in AMI level. Systemctl restart catalog. Now we get one error. Run the daemon reload. Now restart. Catalog is restarted. Now you check the health. It is getting the true. Catalog is connected. Now it is false. Can you imagine what is happening? Once I'm getting true, once I'm getting false. What is happening? Can someone imagine? So this is our load balancer, and this is two instances are connected right now, actually, and this is connected to the database, right? And one instance just now I corrected the name. This is load balancer. First, user is sending a request. So load balancer is a round robin algorithm. First request, it will send here. The second request, it will send here. But this instance is not configured with the database properly. Okay. So that is why when you are sending first request, it is going here and you are getting the correct response. When you are sending second request, it is going here, but this instance is not marked with the correct MongoDB IP address or domain name. So that is why it is getting failure. But even if I do now, if another AMI, you mean another auto scaling group will create another instance. If the traffic is more, it will also get with wrong one. Okay, but for now, I'm showing you. Since I pushed the configuration already, you will not get that wrong thing again. But this is a temporary manual change. Sudo su hyphen vim etc system t system catalog dot service. Here I need to give MongoDB hyphen dev system ctl. What is that? Daemon reload. And restart catalog. Okay, so now everything should work properly. Okay, all instances are connected. Now imagine I'm the developer, catalog developer. I did some change. What is that change in the code? I edited the code. So here in the health check, I did some change. I added 1K. So now I'm seeing that result here as a developer because developer connected to VPN. So he is able to hit his service. You don't need any other dependency. He can do his changes independently as a catalog developer, right? So this is the whole deployment process. And now I was discussing about create before destroy, right? So this one, life cycle of a resource. So I want auto scaling. New group should be created before destroying it for the zero downtime deployment. Here inside the auto scaling, I will give like this, create before destroy. At that time, what will happen? Terraform will try to create auto scaling group with the same name. Okay. So with the same name, can I create another auto scaling group? Can I do that? No, because Terraform will confuse. So that is why again I need to give here the timing so that we will understand when it got created and Terraform will not confuse. Okay. So this is the whole deployment process. We corrected almost everything. Now let's connect the dots. So as I explained, project infrastructure that you created, you can use it Terraform or you do it somehow. Okay, it's anyhow the rare thing. And this one, this is the CI/CD part. Okay, now let's connect these dots. Okay, let's connect these dots again through the CI/CD. Let's go to our CI/CD process. Concepts CI/CD. Okay, so as a developer, creating the new feature branch, push code to the GitHub and raise PR. So now as a developer, I'm just adding one more K. Okay. just imagine developer is doing some change. Okay. Since we don't know development, I'm just using this for testing purpose. I did some change. Now what he has to do, he has to push to the GitHub. And then let's go to the catalog, git status. He got the change, git add, git commit. So usually he has to return a clear message. Changed health check as part of new client requirement. Okay. And then git push origin feature 2. Okay, I'm changing it to the feature 2 branch. So now let us go and then check as a developer. Is this catalog? So let us see, we got feature 2, right? Feature 2, we got the change just now pushed. You can check the commits and there is the commit message. Okay. And now developer will go and then trigger the deployment. Trigger the CI actually. So have we configured downstream also here? Yeah. So we configured downstream also. And let me push the catalog deploy as well. Catalog deploy. Git add. Completed dev deployment process. And here inside catalog deploy Jenkins file. So we just have this plan. Now let us have this apply. Okay. And we have done the some input. Where is it? Input. Yeah, this one. Just giving approval stage here. Approve. Okay, some stage just to give some approval. That's it. And then we are passing the params version, pushing the changes. And then I forgot one more thing. So once you do some change, you need to update the version here, 1.4.0. So there is a process of change that is called change management process. Okay. So this is not a technical thing. Just understand you are running a very big factory. Okay. You are running very big factory. That is very crucial to you. You have to do some change to the machinery. So what do you think? Yeah, thank you. 1 second. Apply to approve. So if you want to do some change in a successful product, so you just cannot do simply like that, because if something goes wrong, your entire business will go down. So whenever your client asks for a change, there is a change management process. Somebody will raise CR request. So there will be a team, change management process team, change management process team. There will be a dedicated team. Okay. They connected with business analyst. So here they will write CR request. So they will write everything here. They will write what has to be changed by which date. Okay. From here, the change management process, the CR request will be raised. It's just like a document where you input the dates and then the team's responsible, what is the change description, why you need that change, everything will be given here. And you decide the version, client will decide version. So now we decided it like it is the new feature 1.4.0. And then our developers started doing that. Now I need to do the version also 1.4.0 and I need to update. Okay, I changed the version. Now I need to do the CI process. Catalog feature 2, I'm doing it. And then build now. Okay, it got the version. Uh, yeah, 1.4.0. Okay, now it is published. You can see this here. Just refresh. It is published. Now our deployment process is going on. Just go here and then go to catalog deploy. Here we got some error. Var.domain name is tuple with one element. So I did something wrong here. We need to correct this. What is the wrong here? What's wrong here? So it is clearly saying var.domain name is a tuple with one element. Cannot include the given value in a string. I require string. So obviously I need to remove this. By mistake, I have given like this. This is a list generally. That's what it is saying. Okay. I need to remove that. I removed it, but obviously I need to push the change. It's a master. And then let me, generally you can redeploy from here because CI is already success, or you can trigger CI again. There is nothing wrong. Okay. I'm just going for rebuild. So for you generally to get this rebuild, sometimes this rebuild option, you have to install plugin. There is rebuild plugin. It's already installed. So the plugin name is just rebuild. Okay, rebuilder. If you give this, you will have an option for rebuild. Now I'm just showing it as open this rebuild, then it will automatically pop up the parameters you received. Now we are going for deployment. Okay, so usually you go with this and then you read the plan, and then if everything is fine, then you come here and then just this is a formality. Even you don't enter properly, we can understand from your login. Okay, I'm applying. You can see we are passing the version. Nothing wrong in the command. This should be here. Let us see. This should be here. A simple mistake. Again, pushing it. Again, going for deployment. Rebuild so that you will have the same version here. Approved. So this is going on. If anyhow, this will take 5 minutes, right? So let's take 5 minutes break and then I'll come back by 8:07. Okay. Okay. So our deployment got failure. Now let us understand the reason. So this is, when anyone guess why is it failed? This is Jenkins and this is agent. Can anyone guess? We already discussed also last time. Now, till now, Terraform command, where was it running actually? This was, it was in my laptop. Okay. When I connected to VPN, so obviously catalog instance. So once the instance is created, just understand this catalog instance, it is allowing port number 22 from VPN. So now when I connect to VPN, so obviously the request will go from VPN to laptop. So this is my laptop. And I connected to VPN. And then catalog. Sorry. This is the catalog instance. So there is no problem. I'll get the SSH. But here, everything is running inside agent. Okay. So that is why this agent should have the security group. Security group with VPN. Now inside agent, just add. So what I am doing, just add our security group. Okay. Add security group. Now it is connected to VPN. That is what it is happening. Our agent is not able to connect to it. You can see that is the problem. Created the instance, it is not able to connect. Now let me rebuild again. This is somewhat manual step we used to forget. So I will mark it here. Make sure your agent instance have VPN security group while working CI/CD. Okay, now it is success. Okay, so now everything Ansible will download 1.4.0, which is nothing but one more K extra. It's getting configured. So with this whole process, your developer, whatever he develop, whatever he changes the application, you can easily do the CA and CD. So that we configured as a DevOps engineer. So we configured CA process and then we configured CD process. So whenever he do a simple change, what is his responsibility? He will just push that to the GitHub and then he will come here and then trigger that. Okay, we will even add the hooks for that. I will do that in tomorrow's session. Automatically it will happen. This year print app version is taking so much time. Okay. Instance is create configured actually. Now we need to stop. A new AMI is getting created. So this will usually take 2 to 3 minutes. Can have 1 or 2 questions in that time. Sattar. Sattar, you have any question? Sattar, you can unmute.
Yeah, hello, hi Shiva.
Yeah, hi.
Good morning. Like we
Good
are
morning.
still in Jenkins part, right?
Yes.
Like, you said that I am going to start this Docker and Kubernetes.
Yeah, once this is completed, then we will go to that.
Today we are going to complete or tomorrow?
Maybe tomorrow. So we still have production pending, right?
Okay. So like one doubt, like we are going to complete in November last week, right? This course.
Yeah, November 3rd week or last week.
Okay, sir. That's it. My doubt.
Any questions related to the technology here?
Nothing, sir. Like we are following shift left process here, right? In this Ravosha. My doubt.
Yeah. Yes,
Like
CI/CD shift left we are doing. Yes.
for after building we are going to first we will fetch the data
Scanning,
from
unit testing, everything.
git and
Yes.
build and unit test by using SonarQube and then deploying the application, right? That's it.
Unit test is not by SonarQube. Unit test is some framework. Developers will use it, but you will calculate the coverage inside SonarQube through the quality gates. Okay. So basically, in the shift left, we are doing building, unit testing, all types of scanning, and then deploying and functional testing also. If you have a testing team,
Yeah, okay.
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 So we got everything up right. So we got it. We got our application running. So we can have our testing team to test this API testing generally. Okay,
Okay.
right? All of our APIs are giving proper results or not. So they will take care.
Normally, like for CI/CD process, if you're deploying in production, it will take 1 hour time in Jenkins. Like this much.
That's based on the application, not 1 hour generally. So here it's not taking 1 hour. How much time it is taking? Right now it is 6 minutes.
Okay. Normally it depends on the application
Since
side. Okay.
depends on the application and how you are doing the deployment.
Okay, sir.
If I
That's it.
don't do create before destroy, then it will take a lot of time. Okay, it's based on the type of platform. VM, obviously it will take more time. If it is container, then it is fast.
Okay, sir. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Sivarit.
Yes, yes, okay. So auto scaling is going on. Okay, we got its timestamp. So new instances are getting created. You can see. So it's even good if I mark this instance with version, catalog hyphen version. That's good, right? So that we can easily understand what is this instance version. So next we'll do that catalog hyphen dev hyphen version, catalog hyphen environment hyphen version. So that you can easily find out. You can see once the current auto scaling is created, then we are destroying it. So once you started destroying, here you can see this. Okay, other two instances. These are the latest instances. Old instances are getting drained. Drain means it got 1 minute time, right? Oh, still it has. Is it not applied? Yeah, it is applied. So within that 1 minute, so all the existing requests will be served. Once it is over, then it will be deleted. Okay. Our two instances are healthy. Now, if I refresh, you can see I got the extra key. So this is how developer can include more APIs or can include changes in the existing APIs. He can do whatever he wants and he will come here and then he will just trigger that. So it will hardly take generally 10 to 15 minutes maximum to see his changes. Right? The deployment is taking almost 11-12 minutes because of VM. If it is container, it is even more fast. Current instances are getting destroyed. Still fine. Got your application up and running already. So developer is able to check his APIs through this. And then he can even check other APIs. Categories, products. You can see he's getting the response. So basically, he will test all his APIs like this. So once he feel it is completed, then he will go ahead and raise pull request. Yes, Sheikh Ahmed.
Yeah, Shiva, nothing. Just like if you wanted to pause the webhook, like whenever we want to push the code into the GitHub, but we won't want to run it automatically, how can we pause the webhook?
Remove that check mark inside your Jenkins temporarily.
Okay, where exactly can you show that?
Last time, yeah. So here you know, right? Last time we said, say I haven't configured webhook for now for multi-branch. So generally here, so triggers. That's it. This one unchecked.
Okay.
So this development CI/CD is completed. Okay, now we want to move to the production. That is it, the process. This one, the deployment is done, and then this is done. Everything is done. Now we have to promote this to the production. So before that, we will discuss one more topic, that is shared libraries. Okay. So do you know who is the owner of this catalog? You can type in the chat. Who is the owner of this catalog repo? Developer, because he has the code. Now, what I'm doing here as a DevOps engineer, I inserted my file Jenkins. I am the responsible. Okay, you are polluting the developer repository with your code. Into tomorrow, if you need some change, you will come here and then you will push your commits to the developer repo. Okay, so that is not good. So owner is developer. He has to do the changes. If you are doing the changes and then you are asking to push, and because of your changes, okay, the deployment will happen again, right? So you did something and then you are pushing it, and developer repo, the commits, if somebody see the commits, DevOps engineer are pushing, developers are pushing. That's not really good, right? It is single person responsibility, a single team responsibility. So we should not pollute developer code with our deployment code. Ultimately, development code is very crucial. Okay. So if you are doing some changes here, accidentally, if you come here and you delete something or you did some changes inside the code, that's a big problem. So for that purpose, we have something called shared libraries. Okay. Shared libraries is nothing but the same try concept. Shared libraries. This is very important. To in your interviews, if you explain this, then you are a real DevOps engineer now. Right. Don't repeat yourself. And don't pollute developers code with DevOps code. Okay. So shared library, what it says. So you have your CI process and there will be something shared libraries. Just refer these libraries. Keep code in shared library. So what are we doing with modules? So the same concept. What are we doing with modules here? Terraform modules and then Terraform AWS VPC, this one, VPC Advanced. What are we doing here? We are parameterizing it. We are parameterizing the code, and many projects, they can utilize this code by sending different values to the parameters. So the same thing, you keep your CI code in shared library, parameterize it, okay, and then individual components, call those libraries by passing values to parameters. Okay, so this is a Jenkins concept of Jenkins shared library. Here we are solving with multiple problems. Now we have, what is our catalog? It is a Node.js and then VM deploy. Okay, so this is catalog. And then we have cart, the same thing. we have user, the same thing, Node.js, right? You may have another components, ratings and dispatch, whatever, maybe in the same Node.js VM deployment. Okay. So this has some CI process. This has some CI process. This has some CI process. Okay. So as a RoboShop project, I want to create a standards of Node.js VM deployment. Okay. I want to implement best standards of CI process in RoboShop project. Okay. For example, if you don't implement this, what will happen? Catalog DevOps engineer will write the CI in some way, and cart will write it in some other way. User will write it in some other way. So I don't want multiple ways to write CI process. I want to implement all the best standards under one process. I have to force all the DevOps engineers of these guys to use these libraries. Okay. That's what we did with modules. So we don't want everyone in the company to write their own infrastructure. We want all the teams in our company to use the Terraform modules. The same way, you are keeping your Node.js VM deployment process in a particular central place, and you have to force all the individual teams here to use that process. So that is another advantage. Okay, we will see those anyhow and all the advantages. So just it is a simple thing that one. I will create one repo, RoboShop shared library. Okay, if the folder structure is just you should have something where. Okay, so that's what this document says generally, the folder structure where's. Here I'm creating one thing, Node.js VM ci.groovy. So the extension can be anything, but I'm just marking it as because I'm going to use Groovy syntax. Okay, so Groovy is generally for Jenkins. It's a don't worry, it's a very simple one. Okay, so here the same code, whatever we have written, catalog Jenkins. I'm just copying this and I'm keeping it here. Okay, so this is a central one, RoboShop shared library. This is going to be used for all Node.js VM deployments. Okay, so as I said, what I need, call those libraries by passing values to parameters. So I want parameters here. So what is that? Let me take the parameters code. Parameters. I'm just asking which component. Which component. Okay, so once they pass the component, and this is done, this is same, npm install, everything is same. And then here, instead of catalog, I will keep it with component. How can I refer that? It is param.component. That is it. Params.component. RoboShop. params dot component. Here also same. And this file also same dot zip. And then here inside deployment, it is like this. So I should not find any catalog. Here it should be the same. Okay. So what I'm doing, the same CI code, I'm just parameterizing so that it can be used by any other component. Now everything is dynamic. So whatever the parameter I pass, this is the same. Okay. Now let me push this. Don't worry, we will do it again tomorrow session. Just want to give you some more Photoshop shade library. With remote add origin. Okay, so this is pushed. Something like pushing it. Okay, so this is pushed inside vars. You should have this node.js VM dot preview. Okay, now I pushed it. Now what should I do? I should go to the dashboard, manage Jenkins, something here, system configuration. Just give me 1 second. Huh? Done. So library, there is something called library. Global pipeline libraries. Add this. Okay. Roboshop library. I'm creating it. Okay. Default version master. Every time it should get the master. And then this git. This is the repository. This is the repository. So this is the repository, right? And that's it. Okay. Just keep this name, Roboshop library. So what I did, I informed Jenkins that I wrote Roboshop library into some Git location, and then I have given the location. Now here in the catalog, I will create something Jenkins file. Let me keep this as backup. PKP. and then here Jenkins file. So in this Jenkins file, I need to refer that. How can I refer it? So that simple syntax, you can get it like this. Just add this to the library. What is the name of library I have given? Photoshop library, I think. Library. This is the library name I have given. So just give your name. That's it. Okay. And then so now I am getting the libraries. Now I need to uh, pass this component as a parameter. Pass it using some simple syntax like this. First, we will test this. Okay. This one. Okay. So let me test whether we are getting this access or not. Now I need to push it. CD catalog, git add, added libraries. It's a feature. Feature 2. Now I'm just doing build now. Now what is it happening here? You can see your Jenkins is downloading the RoboShop library as well. Okay, so it means at the time of deployment process, so this CI, this pipeline process, so these libraries will be downloaded automatically by Jenkins. Okay, now I can call Node.js is our name. RoboShop shared library. Node.js VM CI. That's it. Just call this one. Good. We on 55. Just will run this one. Sample. Is pushed. I need to pass params generally. Yes, so we can stop till here today. So we will see how to pass the parameters in tomorrow's session. But basically you can just go and then read this. But the concept is very simple. Just like how we use Terraform modules and Ansible roles, the same way you are writing your CI code in some location at runtime. If you give this declaration, then Jenkins will make it available. You can simply call this, but we need to send few parameters that we will see how to send the parameters and then call it dynamically. Okay. So this is very important concept. Okay, if you explain this properly in the interviews, like you are using Jenkins shared libraries, then yeah, mostly you will be selected. Any other questions from anyone? So we saw today one full CI/CD deployment cycle for a dev environment. Okay, we will complete this libraries tomorrow, and then we will see for production environment. So then that is the full cycle of CI/CD, how you handle it in dev environment, how can you promote it to the production environment, and the process is same for any component. Okay. If no questions, we can end the session. Have a nice day. See you in tomorrow's session. Bye-bye.